Road to 2023. A program that is trace happenings on the political scenes in Nigeria.
I want to tell Mr. President, integrity governors are not part of them. Anybody who says today that Nigeria is doing well, you are a liar.
The political gladiators.
He's so fixated about certain things. He's totally insensitive.
His own is garnished with matrimonial rascality. I've said this on this platform before, that it is impossible for you to campaign or looking stupid.
Their conversations, their manifestos.
So, because the man is Igbo, it doesn't matter. The part of being Igbo makes him unelectable. How can you trust him? If President Buhari supports Bola Tinubu, he is not a true Muslim.
A man with this type of moral decay have no moral grounds to come to a respected studio like this.
Join us every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9 a.m. for a holistic bumper-packed political showpiece on Super 88.1 FM.
Here's a fun fact. There's over 93.4 million registered voters. Ensure you're one. Get your PVC and vote rightly. A message from Super 88.1 FM Benin.
Good morning, dear listeners. You are welcome to another episode of The Road to 2023, live across the South and happening exclusively on Super FM. My name is Abigail Peter, and this morning I have Honorable Gbenga James with me in the studio alongside the head of news and current affairs here at Super FM, Mr. Israel Adebiyi. Good morning, sirs.
All right, good morning, Abigail Peters, and mighty glad to be back on the road to 2023. This beautiful Thursday, the second day of February 2023, and on the countdown, it's getting closer. In another 23 days, yes, we'll be deciding, we'll be choosing, we'll be electing our next president after the tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari. I mean, it feels good to get onto the threshold of the election finally, because there is this feeling that comes with it that something momentous it's about to happen. It's always a milestone at every election cycle. So, dear listener, good morning, and you're most welcome to the program. Israel Adebiyi.
Well, good morning. It's nice to be back again on the radio this morning. A lot at stake as we move towards 2023 general elections. Nigerians are gearing and raring to go. And I can assure you, the feelers out there is that people want to be part of this process. And we can have a wonderful time as Nigeria decides who becomes their president.
All right, and let me quickly tell you from here that even during the election proper, election Nigeria Decide 2023 studio will also open live to make sure that there is no any aspect of the election that is not given adequate coverage. Now, what's on the plate this morning? There have been developments in the past 24 hours. Very dramatic developments on the political space and firmament in Nigeria and in Edo State. And there's this saying that charity begins at home. Now let us look at the People's Democratic Party in Edo State in the wake of the judgment delivered at the Supreme Court yesterday. I mean, we know how PDP in Edo State had been polarized for some time, two different factions, one loyal to the Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki, and the other one loyal to elder statesman Dan Obi. But from the spirit and the letter of the judgment delivered at the Supreme Court yesterday, it had seen that the judgment favors the faction that is loyal to the governor of the state. And in the immediate aftermath, in the reaction of the Edo State governor, in his own exact words, no victor, no vanquished, and that brought back memories of the immediate aftermath of Nigeria's civil war that was fought from 1967 to 1970, when the federal government declared that it was a no victor, no vanquished. So now that we've heard this, I mean, we are on the verge of the elections, the eve of the election, more or less on the home stretch to the election. So what else are the PDP in Edo State do now? How do they pull themselves together to become a robust unit that can competitively compete and be part of the elections?
Well, if you notice the statement from the PDP state chairman, it is obvious they are willing to put themselves together. Both factions are willing to work in the interest of the People's Democratic Party.
Well, we have not actually heard from
the Dan Obi-led faction. Well, now that the Supreme Court
maybe
has
a
pronounced,
statement.
there is definitely no way going back. There is no other court to proceed to. So the only thing you expect from the PDP is to put his heart together, gather the stakeholders in the party, and then push them towards the course for the 2023 general election, and expect them to actively mobilize their party faithful, mobilize their supporters across the local governments in Edo State, the 18 local governments in Edo State, so that they can deliver for the PDP. Mind you, the PDP is the ruling party in Edo State, and a lot is at stake for them. They have some.
So that visibility is always there.
It's always there for the PDP.
But again, there is a saying that a house divided against itself
cannot stand.
And this division has been lingering for a very long time. Let us take it. Let us assume that they will patch up the differences from this minute, and it's going to be one indivisible PDP. But how damaging has that period of division, has that period of infighting been to the party, and what could be the effect of that on the electoral fortunes of the party?
Well, it's left to be seen as we march towards the poll, but you can't rule out the fact that it will definitely tell to some extent, because you've had months and months of infighting in the PDP. But I want to believe these are politicians. They fight for their interest. Now they will rally themselves together and find a way to make things work for themselves.
And you just mentioned the word that is predominant on the political space, which is the word interest. Now you expect that deals will be entered into, grounds will be conceded, and there will be a lot of horse trading going on. I think there must be a level of magnanimity from the side that seemingly was favored, so to say, in the Supreme Court judgment, because if you are going to close ranks, you give some, you take some.
Exactly. And that's what we're expecting from the PDP. And let me also mention the other political gladiators are also putting themselves together. The APC is having stakeholders meeting. Labour Party in the state, they are having their own stakeholders meeting, just to ensure that everyone participates in the process. And mind you, when I say the APC and the Labour Party, those are not the only parties in Edo State that are vying for elective positions. We have parties, Boots Party, we have many of those whose names are not so known. And that is why we have made this platform available, that they can also take advantage. Come to this place, Super FM, Road to 2023, and come and let people know who you are. I want to believe a lot of people now know who the Labour Party contestants in the states are,
because they've made themselves very visible and prominent.
So that's the essence of this platform. Take advantage of this platform. We sent a letter out there to you. Look through the letter, come to us, let's discuss about this, and let's be on the road to 2023.
Well, in case you're just joining us, the program is Road to 2023, and of course, the station remains your number one family radio station, Super 88.1 FM. Honorable Gbenga James, Abigail Peters is here, and of course, Israel Adebiyi, our head of news and current affairs department. Now, another major talking point on the political scene is the seeming or suggestive no love lost, for want of better phrase to use, between the presidential candidate of the ruling APC and, surprisingly, the presidency, because the presidency is composed of people from APC, and in fact, President Muhammadu Buhari is the leader, as the president of the country, also leader of the APC. Now, the presidential candidate of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, also the national leader of APC. About 10 days or thereabout ago, in the ancient city of Abeokuta, I would say Bola Tinubu himself fired the first salvo when he made statements that are suggestive that some of the issues, of course, bedeviling the country, the lingering fuel scarcity, the hardship occasioned by the recent redesign of Naira notes, and the difficulties associated with money swap, the old notes to new notes, that they were directed, calculated attempts at scuttling the 2023 election and his own expected electoral victory, which, was greeted with surprise then, saying that he's the presidential candidate of the party of the president too, but somebody who is also a prominent member of the APC and the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, on a live television also declared yesterday that there are elements in the presidency. So some of the aides of the president are actually working against the electoral fortunes of the candidate of their party, maybe because the aspirants they would have backed or the back failed at the primaries. It's something that should not be taken lightly. Like I said moments ago, a house divided against itself cannot stand. Even though the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, who is also a prominent member of APC, has come out to dismiss such insinuations, saying the presidency is not against the presidential candidate of the party. But of course, we know a lot of politics and politicking are happening, and it comes with the territory. It's just strange that there could be misgivings, if there are suspected misgivings between the presidency and the presidential candidate of the party, because this could also have a very damaging effect on the electoral fortunes of that particular political party.
Well, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is definitely, and his team are definitely going for the jugulars of the presidency. It's been back and forth from his episode at Abigail, and now we are back to El-Rufai from the same member of the same team, making the same pronouncement that there are people inside the presidency who don't want Asiwaju to emerge victorious. It is surprising, I must confess, because you expect that these people will put themselves together and they will work for the interest of their party. But I think the comfort I would take from the statement of the presidency from Lai Mohammed yesterday was that Mr. President is committed to a free and fair process.
Yes.
Regardless of which party.
Without necessarily backing.
Exactly. So it's like the father who has many children. He has to provide the same level playing ground for all the children.
Yeah, but you see, Israel Adebiyi, there is a school of thought in politics that says there is actually no any objective neutrality when it comes to politics. Maybe in our own trade as journalists, we have objective neutrality. But in politics, it's hard to come by objective neutrality because the reigning currency in politics is interest.
And that exactly is why the Bola Ahmed Tinubu are speaking out loud that you can't be a member of this team and appear to be inactive, docile, appear to be not taking our side. You have to have our back. They expect the presidency to throw its back, and we have the insights from these two conversations yesterday. I guess Abigail will push play to them.
Okay, let us listen to those conversations, please.
I believe that there are elements in the villa that want us to lose the election because they didn't get their way. Their candidate didn't win the primaries. And I think that they are still trying to get us to lose the elections. And they are hiding behind the president's desire to do what he thinks is right. This petroleum subsidy and this currency redesign, doing it at this time, within the time allotted, just doesn't make any political, economic, or sense.
One thing I can assure you is that no matter what, this administration is focused and determined to ensure a free and fair election. And fair, free, accountable election actually means not favoring anybody. So if there's anybody who's working against any candidate, we don't know officially.
All right, thank you so much. You just heard the voices of Governor El-Rufai, Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State. I also heard the voice of Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, who dismissed such insinuations. But there is a statement in El-Rufai's statement that he mentioned something that I think the media has not jumped upon. Maybe they are thinking that it's a slip of tongue. But he mentioned an issue about this fuel subsidy. Is he in any way saying, because he's high up in government and perhaps have access to information that you and I do not have access to, is he in any way also letting it out that fuel subsidy has been removed by this government?
Well, the conversation.
Yeah, because I heard it clearly.
The conversation he said is.
And he's well educated, eminently
Exactly.
educated, so he knows what fuel subsidy is.
He's been engaging Mr. President on the need to remove fuel subsidy. According to him, if I can get his words right, he went to meet Mr. President and presented to him the fact that about 200 million or billion naira was being spent on capital projects across the country, while fuel subsidy was gulping about 2 trillion naira. And because of that, it makes no economic sense to sustain subsidy. And they all agree that subsidy has to go. But the timing of This
so
action,
is it now in any way suggesting that it has gone? Because the federal government of Nigeria has not come out plainly to tell Nigerians.
Exactly.
What we know is that they are waiting till June, July, or thereabout. That is the plan. But has it been removed, or is there any gradual removal that has started that Nigerians do not know of? Is it a part? Is there a percentage of subsidy, no matter how minute it is, 1%, 5%, 10% that has been removed, and Nigerians are now paying for? Because the government has not said so.
And if you
I mean, is that a level of opacity that
if the government does not come out to say something about it, you give room for speculation. And when there is speculation, you expect price to jump up. And that is what we are having. Because the government is supposed to make its position plain. And we as Nigerians should go to the fuel station to say we want to buy diesel, we want to buy petroleum at this rate based on the prices the government has. But as long as the government does not say anything, it gives room for speculation. People will sell at the price they want to sell, and the receiver will be the ordinary Nigerian.
All right, it's been an interesting conversation here in our studio at Super 88.1 FM, Adua Bini City, your number one family radio station. And you also know that when it comes to politics and bringing to you goings on the political scene, political firmament in Nigeria, we are your reliable partner. And I can't say that enough. And you know the way we love to do it. We don't know it all and do it all. We also want to hear from you. You have some valuable information or intelligence that we do not have. And your comment, we have looked at reactions following the Supreme Court judgment on Edo PDP. I mean, in the wake of that judgment, what is your own comment? What is your analysis of the situation? And of course, we are also looked at the seeming disconnect between the camp of the APC presidential candidate, Bola Tinubu, and perhaps some suspected elements in the presidency. Abigail, over to you.
All right, it's time for you to join us. So, joining on the show this morning, the numbers are 0705 5129 881 or 0705 5727 881. You could also do WhatsApp and text, which is 0705 9676 881. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Honorable, this is Brother Mike. Honorable, good morning, everybody.
Brother Mike, it's been a minute. Good morning.
Good morning. Honorable, please, I stand to be corrected. There was a time Wike said that the reason why Atiku is doing this because he has somebody in a Atoro that backing him. As if I stand to be corrected.
Yeah, he said it at the time.
Now, if you picture what is happening now, don't you see that what Wike is saying that time was true? That's why you see that even the PDP, they do not even want to take the way we is talking serious. Coming to see, Honorable, we cannot take the hardship anymore. Mr. President, Mr. Buhari, he is enjoying in Aso Rock, but we, the public, we are suffering. We can't take it. Honorable, there is no light. There is no fuel. There is no money. My wife has been in the bank since 5:30. I listen to the just to go and withdraw.
Officially, no bank is open at 5:30. No bank is open to customers at 5:30.
No, they have not opened. They have not opened. When he went there, he was number 82.
At 5:30. Perhaps some person slept at the bank.
Now, in Union Bank in Ugbowo here, just 2,000 and somebody dashed me to go take and buy drug because I'm
2,000 and had been on queue since 5:30. And number 82, even as early as that.
In baby is crying now with my condition. I don't know how I'm dealing with the baby now. I don't know how to carry the child.
Brother Mike, you've said enough. I mean, you're gonna make me want to shed tears now.
Brother Mike,
Thank
you so much for calling. You know, Honorable, so I was at the bank yesterday, one of the banks that we have just at Akbakbava here. I saw people, normally you would see a crowd at the ATM, but I saw people with wrappers spread on the floor.
Observing their sister.
They were just seated and some were sleeping. I was like, when did it get to this? But this is how it is now in the country.
I mean, now you can imagine when you see those kind of pictures, videos on the social media, what impression of us as a people, as a country, and as a society does it give?
It's terrible.
Let's take more calls.
Before I do more calls, I want to quickly ask a question and take you back to the fuel situation. Now, this morning, across the headline, I think the Punch newspaper, we read a story that said Abuja fuel queues disappear because NNPC pumps about 67 million liters of fuel. And now because of that, they have very few queues at their fuel stations.
Now, let me tell you something, Abigail. NNPCL has been saying it before the Yuletide season last year that they have enough product in stock to last this country for 3 months. They didn't say that coming to Nigeria is enough stock that will last 3 months at least, but that they have. So the big question is that we don't know in which storehouses, tank farms, and depot this fuel. But again, fella sang about something many years ago, and he called it government magic. You see, when government magic is unleashed, what has not been possible for 3 years will be possible in 3 minutes.
True. That was about to
So
ask.
Abuja's situation could be as a result of government magic.
Okay, because I was about to ask, why are we still suffering here in Benin City? I mean, what is the reason for this fuel scarcity? Is it because there is not enough fuel?
Maybe what we should pray is for a Harry Potter character within government, then give us some government magic in Benin. And in less than an hour, in fact, filling stations will make adverts that we should come and buy fuel.
All right, let's do more calls this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, this David Dane is calling from Iraq Papers right now.
All right, please go on, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Honorable.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah. You see, you know, I'm honorable. I've been talking. I describe it as somebody that has a man of wisdom. Now, when they were talking about cashless policy, we were saying that this thing is going to affect the commoner in this country. See, many people were saying, why are we talking like that? Who is poor is a commoner, then and there. And the same money now, is it not the same money that the policemen, the politicians are jacked to their houses? But today, who have no money to buy something now? Have you ever seen a rich man now cries that he have no money to buy anything? But with the owner in the street, a trader in the street, we are the ones that are crying now. Which will also say that this thing will not work. Let me tell you the experience I have. I last said this in the morning when somebody followed me back something and in traffic I could not be able to say that, but in the midnight, I see they are right. Now, when we know the country we are, people will, when we will be saying something, people will be against, why are we saying this? Why are we saying this? And now, when you are talking about the presidency celebrating, according to Urufai, some of them are against the presidential candidate of APC. Let me tell you, president comes to say that he wants a fair election. And anybody that wins will give to him. And he will not allow anybody to use money to intimidate anybody. So that's a good idea. Tinubu should not say that the president will just come out to just give it just like that. It will not happen. The president has said the vote will count. And that is what we stand on. And we trust in the president. That's just my contribution.
All right, thank you,
Yes,
Mr.
thank you.
JB,
But
this
quickly,
morning.
back in the studio, Israel. Now, I think you and I will also understand that being fair and being determined to enthrone a good political legacy by ensuring that election is free, fair, and credible is a completely different ball game from giving support to the candidate of your own party, which is not against any written, unwritten, known or unknown law.
I think the president should understand. It's a political process.
Well, I don't want to assume that he does not understand.
Well, a process produces you, and you're a party man. You're a man of the party. You're a part of the party.
He knows he's the leader of the party.
So there's nothing that insulates you from participating in supporting your
But
candidate.
you also know that these are all speculations. Mr. President himself has not said I don't support Mr. Tinubu.
And the last time we checked, he actually said he would campaign for Tinubu across the country.
Though we've not, the last time there was an attempt to do that, the failure of the generating set at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Stadium, Bauchi, ensured that the president didn't speak at that rally.
All right, so on WhatsApp now, Douglas is making some speculations. Well, I'll just take it.
I know, it's his message.
Well, he says that it's certain Asiwaju will lose this election. Well, we don't know because we have not conducted the election yet. It's also certain that he may likely end up in jail, like his kinsman, because he will commit blunders after losing. But what is not certain about El-Rufai's statement is the fact that since he was dropped as his running mate, he began to criticize the candidate of their party, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on the basis of ill health and incompetence. The same Erufa who publicly criticized Asiwaju that he's too old to rule, he should step down for younger people. It's the same Erufa who accompanied him to Chatham House in London and talked about security if Asiwaju is elected president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If Erufa has the solutions to security challenges bedeviling the country, he would have preferred it in a state which is Kaduna State. Most court verdicts in Nigeria are always in favor of the party or person in power. And based on true justice is never attained because it is most likely to have taken sides or been sentimentally delivered. Okay, thank you so much, Douglas, for joining this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning, Lolo.
Please go ahead. All right, please go on.
Please, my take is this. After a few days demonstration, committee was set up to monitor the petroleum supply, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, I want to ask, how far are they doing this job of theirs? Because as I was coming out this morning, not up to 30 minutes now, right? There was a police station at Mission Road, Upper Mission Road. I saw just 2 cars inside there. They were buying. Then 2-3 houses away from this particular police station, there is another one there with a very long queue and people inside with jerry cans to buy. Reason, those ones are selling $290. The other one with 2 cars are selling $550. So is it that they don't get this product from the same place, or they buy it, or they produce on their own that made them to like fix their own prices? That what's the essence of this committee that was set up? Is it not to monitor such a thing? Why are we always wicked ourselves? I think these people need to do the job to remedy, make these citizens, I kind of give them a kind of a deep living life, not living hell in life. You can do what is happening, banks, petrol station, for how long? Thank you and good morning.
Thank you. What we know about the monitoring committee set up by the Edo State government is that I think from the office of the commissioner for mines,
oil and gas,
oil and gas. That's Ozamiri.
Yeah.
Ozamiri. Yes, he has released the manifest of petroleum products, especially PMS fuel, distributed to Edo State, and it's over 1,700 liters. And I think I got copies of those manifests yesterday. But what maybe I cannot confirm is that the situation on the ground has not reflected that. So maybe what the committee has to fix now is that where is the product as eminently expressed in the manifest? And if truly, because I think one of the tasks of the committee is to also ensure that there is compliance with the official pump price. So if people are still selling openly at 500 per liter, 290 per liter, whatever naira per liter, then there is a gap somewhere.
Well, we just have to call on the committee to step up.
So maybe we'll also try to establish some level of conversation with Commissioner Ozamiri today.
And possibly we'll reach out to Crusoe Osage.
And Crusoe Osage, too, a very good friend of the house. Yeah.
So we can get clarification on this.
Okay, so let's do just one call before we go this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name or where are you calling from?
I'm fast from Idogo.
Okay, please, you have just 1 minute.
Okay, the statement of Erufai is very correct because even the chairman of the APC and some people in the presidency didn't want power to move to the south. It was Erufai with some northern governors that fought for power to So since they were projecting the Senate President Ahmed Lawa, and Erufai and others were against it. So when they now saw that their candidate lost at the primary, and their ultimate aim is not for power to move to the south. So that is why they are now doing everything to ensure that their candidate does not win. That the president wants free and fair election does not mean that he should not support the candidate of his political party. Thank you.
All right, thank you
Thank
so
you so
much
much.
for joining. Honorable, any final words this morning as we go?
We are still watching the space.
All right, that's a wrap on today's edition of The Road to 2023. The last one for this week. See you next week, Tuesday, 9 a.m. for another wonderful
And Honorable
package.
returns tomorrow.
Yes,
for
yes,
what the
yes.
Honorable has got to say.
Yes, definitely. Remember that this country is for all of us. Let's play our part in making it better. Go pick up your PVCs today. Good morning, Benin City.
You can now take us everywhere you go. Download the Super FM app from the